All right, so this is me and my husband Daniel celebrating the marriage of Sean and Stephanie Davis. Woo! Yeah. Behind these smiles and those brass balls is a couple who's struggling to get pregnant. At this time, no one was aware of our dreams of becoming parents. In 2012, my husband and I decided that it was time to expand our family. After almost 3 years of negative pregnancy tests, many tears, and living in denial that something could be wrong with us, we finally decided to face our fears. It took us a few months to find a doctor that was right for us. After one doctor continued to refer to my husband's privates as the boys and telling us our diagnosis with zero empathy, we decided to go to the reproductive medicine group. And here they showed us the time and empathy we needed. We initially were informed that my husband has male factor infertility. We joked that his swimmers were two-headed and swam in circles, and later found out there was some truth to that. Subsequently, we found out that I have low ovarian reserve, which meant that we were going to have less eggs to work with. The only option available to us was in vitro fertilization, or IVF. This shocked us. From a high level, during IVF, mature eggs are collected from a woman's ovaries while she's under anesthesia, and then fertilized by sperm in a lab. Our insurance didn't cover anything after diagnosis. The average cost of an IVF cycle is $12,000. This does not include medications required, which adds on another $3,000 to $5,000. Only 15 states have a mandate to cover infertility treatments. Florida is not one. Our first step was to prepare for the egg retrieval. This included 2 to 4 injections in my stomach, regular early morning doctor visits with invasive ultrasounds and blood work. 5 days after the retrieval, we received the call that our one fertilized embryo didn't make it. I laid in bed all day just trying to make sense of everything, and I was mourning the loss of this microscopic embryo. There was also anger due to all the money we spent for nothing. I felt all hope was lost. After speaking with the doctor, we decided we were going to do one more egg retrieval, and if that didn't work, then adoption was going to be the next option for us. This round, we ended up with 4 frozen embryos that were all high quality. This was one of the highest moments of the entire journey, and I remember I was finally crying tears of joy. The next step was to prepare for the embryo transfer, which included lower back injections for every night for over 12 weeks. Daniel had the privilege and transformed into Captain Stabbins with his own theme song and dance. Humor was definitely one of our coping mechanisms we both used throughout the process. Right before the transfer, they provided this picture of 2 embryos that were 6 days old. The transfer procedure took approximately 10 minutes. After the transfer, we had to wait 11 grueling days to find out if the transfer was successful. The entire process was stressful and tested our relationship. It's an emotional roller coaster, and then add in those hormones. There's no control over the outcome. The injections are uncomfortable and bruised. Waiting for any result is hell, and the financial aspect also causes a lot of strain. But there are resources available. The Resolve is the National Infertility Association that helps educate, empower, and advocate for couples going through infertility. In addition, there are 4 peer-led infertility support groups located in the greater Tampa Bay area. Infertility is not one size fits all. IVF is one option to treat infertility, but depending on the diagnosis, there's also drug therapy, intrauterine insemination, adoption, and surrogacy. And then couples also make the decision to live child-free. When people don't know what to say to someone struggling with infertility, sometimes words can come across as insensitive and hurtful. Some that we ran across are, just relax and it will happen. So whose fault is it? As soon as you stop trying, it will happen. There are worse things that you could be going through, such as, fill in that blank, want to take one of my kids, or are you sure you want to have kids after being around mine? Maybe not. Maybe it's just not meant to be. But the most insulting was, why don't you just sleep with someone else because it would be cheaper and less invasive? We did not go with that option. Couple of suggestions on what to say or do. Offer to help the couple. Listen and be open and empathetic. If you know the specific information, research and seek to understand. Be supportive, but don't push for information. Not everyone is like us and open about our story. 1 in 8 couples have trouble getting pregnant or sustaining a pregnancy. So it's very possible that someone you know is going through this or already has. And for those of you that are 1 in 8 out there, you are not alone. When we finally did decide to open up about our situation, we found out that so many friends we know are going through this. We recently found out that a couple extremely close to us decided to seek out help after hearing our story. It's possible that they would have run out of time had they not sought help as soon as they did. We hope that telling our story today will continue to inspire others. After many tears, over 100 injections, multiple blood draws, 1 failed retrieval, 1 successful retrieval, one successful embryo transfer, support of just countless friends and family, We are 12-week pregnant with twins. Thank you.